Hello all, welcome to the video. I am Dr.M.Nithya, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. Today we are going to see about sampling method. In that we have to see the case study on sampling. First of all, sampling is the typical case sampling allows you to develop a profile about what is usual or average for the particular phenomenon. For example, let's say you were studying violence in school. The first step you list all the criteria that define the violence for the typical school. Let's see the case statistical sampling case study. To learn about sampling techniques in social research, students practice taking a real-world research problem through discussing a hypothetical case. Goal of the study: to enable the student to understand the benefit and drawback of various sampling techniques, to provide the students with the experience designing sampling method to address the real-world research problem. Class Sociology 128, Model of Social Science Research. Introduction and background of this case. This course introduced sociology students to the concept and strategy in social science research. In week 5, students learn about non-random and random sampling techniques, so snowball sampling, simple random sampling, etc. In discussion section later that week, students apply this knowledge into the hypothetical case study where the researcher aimed to study the experience of homeless people in the United States. Before the class, students learn about the pros and cons of various sampling techniques in lecture. During the class, in discussion section, students received the handout about various types of sampling techniques as well as hypothetical research scenario about the researching a population of homeless people in New York City. The instructor and students reviewed the sampling techniques they had learned, including what types of social science research questions each technique, which enable the researcher to answer. Students were broken up into the groups 2 to 3 guided by the 4 questions. On Hangout, students analyzed the research problem and discussed within their groups the pros and cons of various sampling techniques. The instructor moved between the groups and provided feedback as students were deciding how to answer each questions. Once each groups determined how they would approach the problem, they shared their choice with the class. The class discussed the benefits and drawbacks to each group's choices. The case study: a researcher based in New York City wants to learn about the experience of homeless people in the United States by conducting interviews with them. She plans to conduct in-person interview with the homeless people she samples. She having a trouble deciding how to draw a representative sample of homeless people because homeless people are difficult to find, often move from place to place, and are often cycled in and out of homeless. She has 1 year and 5,000 grant with which to conduct her interviews. Your task is help to this researcher, and the case study questions are: what is the population she wants to generalize to? What are the possible sampling frames sources from which she can draw her sample? What is good realistic sample size? What are the possible sampling frames from which she can draw her sample? And relatedly, what the sampling method would you suggest she use? Students left the class with a deep understanding of a hypothetical research scenario and the various considerations they would have to take into account when deciding how to sample a population. They would later use the knowledge in developing their group's project at the end of the semester. These are the conclusion of this case study. Thank you for watching.